What's up, my friends? Happy Friday, TGIF. Let's make some money, or at least let's review how to make some money. Use what we find, all these trends, these nuggets, these ideas, these strategies, use them going forward. Hopefully, carve our own path to victory. Today, I'm going to show you what I did last night, specifically using all of the new tools on the Study Hub for TeamRiserFall.com. If you are checking this out for the first time ever, down below in the description section, as well as the chat right now, I am posting our subscribe now link, which is basically just an informational page. And you can be like, oh, hey, TeamRiserFall.com. It's got, 4+ pros making all these tools and content and cores and picks and pools and cheat sheets, and they're just giving it to us. And then on top of that, you get $20 to use on Fame Scruncher. Now, someone phrased it the other day, who's CG, and he was like, Mitch, think about this. Instead of telling people, it's X, Y, and Z. Just tell them for $39.99 per month, they get access to us and Fantasy Cruncher. That is quite the deal. $39 a month, you get FC access, ROF access. That's pretty dope. I like that. So there you go. You can grab that there as well. If you are checking this out on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button for us. Super simple, really easy way to support us in doing all of our free content, probably 10 hours a week of streams and videos that we hook the public up with. And all we ask for is just, scroll down on your phone, hit the like button, turn your notifications on so you don't miss any of these streams, don't miss any of these videos we post, and let's go. So last night, I went to town on using the new tools that we have on the Study Hub. And we've got this glorious leverage and optimal, these categories, I should say, that are supposed to identify, their probability of ending up in the optimal lineup, basically like the highest scoring lineup of the night, and then the probability of, the leverage that you have over the public by using them based on the ownership projections. Now, what I did last night, this is Friday, you can tell this is 10-12. What I did last night is I'm going to show you all, and then I'm going to show you here using FC so I can show you exactly what I did. And then I'll show you what I did last night. And you guys can see I always am like full disclosure with my results. Here we go. I've got my history up. And it went great. It went great. Leverage was nice. Gobert was there. Yeah, it was fantastic. So I did multiple tests last night. I also crunched out lineups into the nickel and the quarter, crunching by highest ceiling. And fam, it did not go smoothly, but I also had made some tweaks and pivots and stuff like that. Let me see if I can find. I had done a 3 max into the $65. I took 5th place. I almost won the dang thing. And I played the $9, and I had used simply just the leverage to do like a single entry. All right, here we go. Here's the charge. And then I want to find the $9 if I can find it. I know I'm kind of pulling it through. Let's see, 65, 80, 80. Blah, 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 blah. Of course, I'm not going to be able to find it. So, oh well. I'll show you what the lineup itself was. So here we go. You can see the charge. It went great. I took 5th place last night. Mitch, how'd you get there? Well, look who's in the freaking lineup, my friends. Dejounte Murray, Aaron Gordon. Let me tell you about these two in a hot second. So I went to the NBA Study Hub, all right? Or excuse me, I went to the NBA. Yes, I went to the NBA Study Hub. I'm going to show you what I did first, okay? Hey, what's good, Dave? I won $750 in Draftkings 10K NFL Showdown last night. My man, thank you very much for the $5 YouTube. What are these called? Donation? I'm going to call it donation. It's a $5 gift you just gave me. I appreciate that. It's $5 in the tip jar. I don't remember what they're called. Super Cheer or something like that. Super Chat on YouTube. I'm such a YouTube noob, but that's very kind of you, man. People used to do that on Twitch like crazy. We switched to YouTube, and it's just different here, but I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Listen, so let me show you guys, and maybe one of you all can end up like Dave did last night, get a nice hit. So I went to the rise percentage last night, and I don't remember what the actual numbers were, but I did something along the lines of this: greater than 0.4, which is 40%. So remember, this is the probability of hitting 5.5 times value based on our projections. And then I went to the leverage, and I just wanted a positive leverage. So 0.0. There we go. And then optimal, probability of ending up in the optimal, I don't know, 0.1, 10%. And it narrowed down like 2 or 3 plays last night doing this. Dejounte Murray was one of them. I'll show you on FC here. It was Dejounte Murray, Rudy Gobert. They were like the only two. They were players that had a high a high probability and a solid leverage over the tournament, and I locked them in. Super Cash, thanks. I forgot what the name was. And I locked them in. And I think I had I had posted that note in Discord. I said, give a thumb up to Bane, give a thumb up to Tyus Jones, give a thumb up to D'Anthony Melton, I think was the other one, right? And maybe Jaren Jackson. I don't remember. But anyways, I thumbed up those players. I believe I thumbed up Aaron Gordon. He was the third player. I didn't lock him in. I simply thumbed him up. I crunched out 3 lineups. And there we go, my friends. A 326 took 5th place. So I was 7 points off of first. Had another cashing lineup. And let's see, 300. Where was the last cash? Was it around 300? I think it was close to all 3 cashing. Yeah, it was about 6-7 points off. So there we go. I mean, shoot, it worked. I did it live yesterday. I'm like, this looks so good through our little rewind session. And conceptually, I loved it. I loved the idea. I love the idea of how it worked out, of like using the higher probable players, of hitting 5.5 times value, making sure I had a solid pick for the a probability of getting there in the optimal, and then positive leverage score. And, these numbers I literally just chose arbitrary numbers for the example today. They don't need to be that high. I mean, you could do a probability a rise percentage over 30%, right? And then a leverage score just that's positive. I don't know. I don't know how you want to do it. Maybe you sort by leverage, and then you're using, like, look at here. Let's find one. Like this one sticks off the page to me. All right. So he's top 10 in leverage, and he's got the highest rise percentage, Julius Randle. Remember that name tonight. Okay. So the initial projections, Julius Randle sticks out. And so on and so forth. Trae Young, another one right now. 13% chance of being in the optimal, 5.8% leverage over the field if you're using him tonight, 21.1% chance of hitting 5.5 times ROI or value. Julius Randle, he's up there as well. His optimal score a little bit lower, though. I'm assuming Anthony Davis, this is all under the assumption that LeBron James is out. So, then Anthony Davis becomes a strong play, so on and so forth. But these numbers will change drastically. Let's be honest. They'll change drastically based on today's news. All right. So anyways, my friends, it went great last night. I felt good about it. I wanted to show you exactly kind of the way I went about doing that. Honestly, you probably could have just crunched out like an optimal like this. And there it was, 315. And that's what I used in the $9. And I couldn't find the dang lineup. But I used this in the $9 last night, and I ended up, it was min cash. I think the tournament line for the $9 was, actually, I can show you this way, just so you know I'm not a snake oil salesman here. Here it is. Cash line there's my one lineup, and let's go look at it. Well, what do you know? It's the exact same lineup. I always got to show you guys. All right, so let's do some work. Now, last night, you had to adapt. We had like 6:52 or whatever it was. Dylan Brooks was out. We sent out the notes alert in Discord, and bang, there we go. What's up, Daniel? Just answered my question before I could ask it. How do you scramble with news dropping so quickly close to lock? How much do you swap during the slate? That's depending on the night, how my night is going. If my night sucks, like my early plays are getting trashed, I will go into the late swaptimizer and I will boost like lower owned players later in the night. So like Denver and San Antonio were the late game, right? So like, let's say it's 9 o'clock, or no, let's say it's 8:15. And all my plays from 7 o'clock sucked. It's like a 75 to 72 final score, something stupid. Well, but those lineups are dead. They're dead in the water. So what you got to do is you grab your CSV from Fanduel, you upload it into here, and you do a late swaptimize. And then you're not going to put all your ownership on these like higher owned players in that last game. You're going to boost up players like Derek White and Jacob Podol here, who have lower owned. Jeff Green, 4.7%. Monty Morris, 15%. Like, you boost these guys, not the higher owned plays already. You boost the lower owned guys. And then when you swaptimize, well, then you're just hoping that like your Keita Bates Diop here at 5.9% projected ownership, goes for 24.8 points, and you're moving up and down in the standings with 6% of the field. Okay. So it is important. It is very important to do late swaptimizing if your early picks in your lineups are just sucking it up. Now, if we're talking it's like 650 like yesterday and we're trying to adapt, fam, everyone starts freaking out. There's a couple of different ways to do it. Honestly, I just do this. Just pay attention to what the coaches do, number one. But because we're never going to leave you high and dry. When's the last time news has dropped like right before lock and then we didn't blast an alert in Discord? By the way, if you are watching YouTube and you're one of our 1,000 members who are not in Discord, but you're a member on the site, what are you doing? You don't even have to be active in Discord. You can load up Discord every day, have all the channels. The entire Discord can be muted. Did you know you could do that in your settings? Mute all the channels except for the alert channel. Leave that one on and you'll never miss anything important. You can have your phone notifications on, and I believe all it does is it blasts the notification, just like if you had a tweet notification, email notification, and it'll pop up and you'll see, wow, 652. Mitch says, thumbs up to Bain, Melton, and Jones. Scrosby said he has a thumbs up on Jaren Jackson and John Kukar as well. Okay, there we go. Those are the 5. Great. I got my announcement, and bang, you get an 8% increase on his projection. And by the way, if you are not using Fancy Cruncher and you're like a hand builder or whatever, well then, fam, understand that you're behind the ball a little bit, because no matter what, if you're hand building, you still need to adjust to this stuff. And I don't think you should be adjusting by sitting there on your cell phone trying to build a lineup with your thumbs at 652 adjusting to news. Most likely you're a losing player long term. You're not going to be very profitable over the long haul. And I'm just being honest with you. You got to embrace this stuff. You could do this on your cell phone, by the way. You could do this on mobile. FC Mobile is fine, totally easy to use. In fact, all of our stuff on our website, you can go to the download page and you could grab this projection on your mobile phone and you can upload it right into FC. And then, oh, shoot, Mitch said Desmond Bain, Jaren Jackson, Tyus Melton, and whatever. Who's a Kukar? What's Kukar? John Konkar, whatever. He was starting, gave him a thumbs up too. All right, so I did that. There we go. We got thumbs up on everybody. He was starting last night. Did well, 27 points. Not bad. John, 19 minutes of action. He did that. Jeesh. And there you go. So, like, you could do that. But if you're a hand builder, I mean, how do you adjust? That's my question to you. Where's your anchor? So our anchor is that we're leaning on the projections, and then we're simply increasing the projection a little bit, about 8%, just about right. An 8% on a 30-point score, you could round to 10% would be 3 points. So like 2.7 point increase, that sounds about right, unless we're talking about like a Giannis Antetokounmpo who is out, and you got like 38 minutes and 30% usage opened up and 20 shots and a million rebounds and all this stuff is opened up. It's like, yeah, okay. Well, then maybe 2 thumbs up is important because you got to increase everyone's projections a fair amount. But a guy like Dylan Brooks, he's empty minutes for the most part, other than taking 18, 20 shots, doesn't fill up the peripherals. Okay, 18 shots are open for the team. And there you go. So maybe a single 8% increase on the projections. If you were hand building, how do you? I don't know. How do you adapt? I couldn't tell you because you don't have an anchor. If you're using FC in our projections, your anchor is FC in the projections. A quick thumb and recrunch. And your optimal last night was a 326. That cashes everything last night. If you lost money last night, I'm telling you right now, we gave you the keys to victory. We gave you the projections. You have access to Fantasy Cruncher, as our members all do. And we told you what to do in Discord, how to adjust, how to adapt. Thumb, 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 crunch, bang. You won money. A 326 was a pretty penny. Hey, guess what? I just realized the optimal last night looks like that's what I ended up getting. How crazy is that? So the optimal last night is what I finished 5th place in the 65. Well, hot dang, what if I entered the optimal in the 100 dunk, the windmill? A 326? Okay, no. The 535 Rainmaker, guess what? You tied for first place last night. The Superstar, you won $50K. $5 assist. You cash out big time, easily by 27 points. What's the assist? What's a 326 score? What does that return you? $20? No, look at that. $30 return last night. Does not matter what you would have entered. You would have made money last night. The optimal crushed. $50 swish. I know people enter that in our Discord. Look at that. You would have nice. There's a train here. 5th place last night. 5th place. The optimal. Not the overall optimal, the adjusted optimal based on our news and our projections. If you are not building on FC, you don't have an anchor. I don't know what to tell you. If you're hand building, you have to make that decision yourself. Like, how do you adjust for news? Because we can tell you we're increasing our exposure to these players, but what does that mean for you and your single entry on your cell phone? Like, we're not going to blast something at 6:53 and it says, all Fantasy Cruncher and Riser Fall users, attention. 1 thumb up on these 4 or 5 players. All mobile phone users who do not use our projections or Fantasy Cruncher, make sure that you try to get them in your lineups. Like, you can still try to get them. Like, what if you start your lineup there and you're like, okay, give me Melton, give me Bain, give me Jackson, give me Jones. I want all 4, baby. And then what? What are you doing with the other 5 spots? Since you've already jammed them in, maybe you go look at the cores, right? Trying to fill out with the core picks from the coaches. Okay. Like, maybe you could do that, but you still had to make that decision to start your lineup with these guys. I didn't have to make that decision. I simply thumbed them up because I have my decision-making anchor built into my projections, and I thumb, and I just crunch. And whatever happens, happens. I leave it be. Does this make sense? I know it's not the answer everyone wants to hear. You all want the easy button. There's no easy button in DFS. Ain't no easy button. I mean, last night, I'm trying to look at it now, too. It's like, if we wanted one player who was lower on, by the way, like, look at the ownerships, too. Like, the used, look at these guys, 32, 33, 42%, 41, 31, 52, 76, 40%. Their ownerships are insane. They're insane. Look at these ownerships. Matter of fact, when I sort by ownership, your entire lineup, 5, 10, you have all 9 players in the top 14 owned players on last night's slate. Had you done it that way, 9 out of the top 14, and you took 5th place in virtually every major tournament, and if you're a high entry player, you won it. Nah, I don't mess around with those types of things. The only time I'll mess with that is if we have, like, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are out, and you've got 4 players who are like $4K or something on Boston who are all dirt cheap and they have great value now because they're all going to play a ton. If this was a large slate, like last night was a 3-gamer, I don't care. I just let it rip. If this was a large slate, maybe I probably would have capped Memphis to like 3, because I'm not trying to have a bunch of mid-tier price players all jammed in on the same lineup on a 13-game Friday night slate. Does that make sense? Like, the cheaper they are, the more willing I am to use 3 or 4 or even 5 of a team. The more expensive they are, well, now they're taken away from each other a little bit because their ceilings are already capped based on their price tags. Yeah, I mean, I was going to say the only thing you could have done last night is, if you couldn't get the boost off the thumbs, just lock and crunch. You want to conquer, you just lock them and crunch them, right? Like, that's what I was showing you here. Like, maybe you ran it back. You're like, well, I kind of want the salary relief here. I think it'll be the lowest owned of the Memphis players. Lock, go. All right. What if I did a 3 max optimal last night with conquer in there? Oops, 3. 307, 284, 323. Matter of fact, let's look at the 150. How would we have done last night? You got the thumbs on these players. Let's check it out. This is 3 uniques. We'll compare 3 uniques versus 1 unique. I mean, this is good practice for people to understand, too. I mean, I'm honestly talking about stuff that people should be at least confident in trying. And then let's upload tonight's slate onto FC and take a peek. Yeah, when that gets to 150, we're just going to sort it. I just want to see, like, what was the highest score of 3 uniques last night? There are your quick adjustments. Here's a let it ride. Here are my excluded players, just Dylan Brooks. Gives us an opportunity to make some plays. You know what I mean? All right, don't feel like waiting. I'm going to sort this. Actual score, so 3 unique last night. High score 337. So man, the optimal itself being a 326 is pretty sick. So it'll go 1 unique. I'm assuming the scores will be a lot higher because our core will be a lot tighter, and you can see that it is 100%, 100%, 96% on Desmond Bain. These 3 guys did pretty well at their price tag. Melton did as well, and so did Conquer. And now we have a fair amount of exposure to all 5 of those players. Not too shabby. So the only guy we're not getting really exposure to, the guy that scored the most points on the slate there, unfortunately, is James LeBron. We got a ton of Joker at 59.6 points. Let's see. Sort lineups. 338, a little bit higher, but as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 scores over 330. The other one only had 1. So again, 1 unique continues to smash. 1 unique continues to smash. Yeah, let's look at tonight. Shoot. All right. So again, the download button, the download page, both mobile and PC, has the stuff, all the stuff that you want. There's Fanduel. Here we are. Oh, shoot. Let's do Draftkings. Why not? What are we doing here? Switch it up a little bit. Back and forth we go. NBA Draftkings. I'm going to upload my data. Got my Draftkings file. Now I'm going to add it all, baby. Ratings, ownership, rise percentage, optimal percentage, or probability, leverage probability. We're there. I'm going to add data to table. Upload. And now I like to refresh after I upload new data. Kind of make sure the columns, you can see the columns instead of being scrunched up. Now they're perfectly aligned. If this stuff was like in your way and you wanted less things there, you go to the arrow here, show and hide columns, and just adjust this how you want. You can take whatever you want out. All right. So like tonight, yeah, dude, it is pretty cool, man. Again, I mean, we make it as smooth as we can for FC users, which we hope everybody is. So now I can do my work right here in FC. That's the beauty of it. We're not like, some websites are territorial. They're like, never click off our site. Make sure everything's on the site 24/7. Nobody can leave your site. That's when you lose members. And we're like, people like FC. Let's just allow them to do their work right here in FC. What do we care? We're going to hope they stick around because we make their life easy, not because we own their time or own their clicks. Come on. You know what I mean? Like, we're not trying to own your clicks and what you're looking at. Like, shoot, take our stuff, throw it on FC and do your work here. Why wouldn't you? That's what I do. So I want you to as well. I'm not going to sit here and be like, guys, I never click off the ROF website. What do you mean? Why wouldn't I download this and upload it in FC? This is freaking sick. You get $20 off your FC. The heck? Go use it. You can get an NBA for basically free or pennies on the dollar using the $20 credit. All right, so like here we go. You want to get good at using FC? with our stuff? Put together some groups. Put together some groups like positive leverage plays who have a higher probability of hitting 5.5 and are solid in the optimal or solid probability in the optimal. Let's see who we can find. Here's one 56%, 13% probability of being the optimal, 2.9% leverage. There's one. You're going to click on him. He's positive all three. Achiwa, same thing. Who else we got? No. Again, I'm looking at minutes. Minutes matter. Looking for positive. There we go. Cody Martin. Even that crazy price. Guess what? He's playing insane minutes. It's like hard for him not to hit value. This guy was like 3K all his life. And I know he's 5'7" now, but golly, did you guys see PJ Washington's probably out tonight too? Like this is out of necessity. That guy is going to continue to play 40. Looking for the solids here. Levert, look, here's what I'm looking at. 47% probability rise percentage, 11% optimal, positive leverage. Turner. Again, 43, 8, 2. Just looking for a few standouts. Let's sort by optimal now. Let's see. Miles Bridges, 50% rise, 19% optimal, negative leverage. Bummer. You know why? Look at his ownership. It's high. It's like he can dud ya. Here's one. Well, Giddy, unfortunately, look at the probability. It's like he has great leverage. Probability of being in the optimal is pretty high. His rise percentage is so low, a 9% chance of hitting 5.5 times value at 6.4K. It's because of that price increase. Kelly Oubre, positive leverage, solid optimal probability, solid probability of 5.5 times. And guess what? It's because he's shooting the ball a billion times, playing a ton of minutes, and PJ Washington, once again, is out tonight. So it's like you can make this group. By the way, Gordon Hayward, and he is negative leverage. Look at his ownership. It's crazy high. All right, so I've got this little list here. I click on this arrow, create a group. There you go. You've got this like the difference-making group, and you can say, I don't know, at least one, at least two, between 1 and 2, like whatever you want. I don't know. I'm going to put at least 3 in every lineup. I don't know. We're learning together. And then when I crunch out my optimal lineup for the night, it's like, there you go. You got a lineup built. If I do 150, I'm going to have more exposure to these guys. That little group of mine. Cody Martin, Oubre, Devontae Graham, Karis LeVert, Precious Achiuwa. They're all being used. And so on and so forth. There you go. I mean, and now other players are also being included. Don't think that like that's your entire pool. Josh Hart returns, plays 42 minutes. He's back, man. And he's cheap. Look at the price discount. This guy was closing on 6K before he got hurt. Now he's back to 5, like Josh Hart. I probably add him to the list, although his ownership is very high. We have him projected for 28% ownership. So his leverage is very low in relation to everything else. Love it. I like what you said at the end. Use FC to create a repeatable process in any sport. Your player will improve. Davis from the Kings? Who are you talking about? Davis from the Kings? The heck is that? Terrence Davis? I don't even know who this guy is. He's been starting? Is someone hurt? Well, he's jacking the ball up there too. Jeez. Is this Terrence Davis that used to play for the Clippers? He'd get in there, get some starts, and we would play him. He used to shoot the ball a ton. I got to look it up. Terrence Davis career. Oh, Raptors. That's right. We would always start him. He was listed as like a point guard for a long time on Fanduel, right? We would start him when Kyle Lowry is out or something. Mitch, if you're going to have lots of leverage guys, okay to end up with someone like 39% Cody Martin on FanDuel, right? He's 67% rise, 26% out. I mean, that's what we're going to find out, right? Greg, I think that there's no true answer yet. This is the first week that this stuff is in action. I'm more or less trying to give people the framework of things that I believe. Yeah, I remember that, Dennis. I remember. I believe that this is a way that people can use it. I simply started off the stream showing you what I did on FanDuel last night and how I took 5th place in the 65. I continue to show you guys what I do, how it works, whether it works or not. And I'm just trying to apply some of these things that I feel like make sense. That's it. No more, no less. Guys, half-hour stream. I'm trying to bang these out a little bit this week. I got stuff to do, take care of, life. I hope you like the stream, though. I hope this is all helpful. I really do. Appreciate y'all being here. Let me post the link here in chat. Grab that link. Hey, who was that member that won 7,000 last night in NBA? Is he here today? We had a member post a $7,000 win in the $20. Excuse me, in the $4 20 max. Big hit. Big hit. There he is. Pretty boy. That was him. Just want to look at his real quick. 10 out of 20 cashed. Took first place. Solo bank. Look at this. Just not afraid to eat chalk. Good for you. Cal Anderson, Steven Adams, Tyus Jones, Anthony Melton's there. Joker. Look at these ownerships on the team, on these players, and he's just crazy high. Good for you. Faded Desmond Bain at 6'9". Faded Royce O'Neal, 4'3". What's up, Peter? Well, you'll have to go back and watch, bro. I can't cover it all. I'm actually about to bow out. Y'all have a great day. I seriously think that this was a good stream and helpful. And I hope people win more money tonight. Goodness gracious. The ROF Comic Club has been crazy as of late. Member after member after member hitting that 4 and 5 digits. It's been pretty cool to see. I hope I join you tonight. Hopefully I can take down the 65 on FanDuel. Stay out of my way. Don't you guys enter that one. And I will see you probably Sunday morning, 9 a.m. with Beastie. You never know. I kind of pop up those surprise Saturday streams sometimes. Y'all have a very, very good Friday. Good luck tonight. I'll see you on the inside. I'll post my cores tonight. My core picks at 6 p.m. I should be able to do those tonight after not being able to last night. And let's get paid. See ya.